Somewhere in the world, right at this moment, a pilot is approaching an aircraft. There's a dance to be done between pilot and plane, a keen-eyed scrutiny from tip to tail that is all business. The pre-flight inspection. An unspoken reverence passes from one to the other, a moment that borders on intimacy. After all, this plane is about to take this pilot skyward. That indescribable moment when a plane takes flight under the control of a capable pilot is why we're telling you this story. Because if we return to the beginning of this moment, you will see there is something we left out. Something within the heart of the plane that's been at the core of aviation innovation and possibility since 1929. The plane's engine. In this case, it's no surprise. A Lycoming engine. It's the element within the plane that makes flight possible. An engineering marvel representing decades of pioneering spirit dedicated to the single obsessive purpose of helping mankind slip the bonds of gravity safely and securely behind a power plant that knows no equal. As you will see, Lycoming engines are more than the heart of an aircraft. Today's Lycoming is a manufacturer of general aviation aircraft engines that embodies a pure desire to go above and beyond. Our rich pedigree and outstanding people intertwine so completely with the history of flight. It's safe to say Lycoming engines are now an indelible part of aviation DNA. Lycoming engines began in 1845 as the Demarest Manufacturing Company in the city of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, the heart of Lycoming County. They originally produced sewing machines, bicycles, and machinery that hinted of greater things to come. Demarest became the Lycoming Foundry and Machine Company in 1907. Driven at first by automobile engine development, Lycoming earned its manufacturing stripes through hands-on experience driven by the needs of a nation at war. Roughly a decade after the war, inspired by Charles Lindbergh's historic transatlantic flight, Lycoming began developing aviation aircraft engines. From then on, 1929 to be exact, 2 years after Lindbergh reached Paris, aviation would never be the same. That year, Lycoming introduced the R680 engine, a 9-cylinder, 200-horsepower, piston-driven radial engine that was such a workhorse, it earned a place in the Smithsonian Institution. In 1933, Lycoming developed the O-145 air-cooled, horizontally opposed 4-cylinder engine, a landmark configuration used in many notable aircraft. A version of this engine powered Igor Sikorsky's historic first helicopter flight in 1939. Lycoming also made historic advances in plane engines during World War II, all while doubling as an around-the-clock parts manufacturer for military machinery. Women played an immensely pivotal role in this effort, as American men were at war. Lycoming's list of accolades were numerous. However, one accomplishment stands out: the largest reciprocating aircraft engine ever made for the B-36 bomber that never saw production was designed and built by Lycoming. Big enough to land the XR-7755 in the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum, just a stone's throw away from Lindbergh's Spirit of St. Louis. Because Lycoming had learned to adapt and innovate, Lycoming engines were used in all kinds of motorized craft. As you can see, imagination can take you just about anywhere if you have a spirit of adventure, No surprise then that Lycoming produced its first aerobatic engine in 1967, expanding to serve the modern-day equivalent of yesteryear's barnstormer. To date, Lycoming has manufactured well over 300,000 engines, 200,000 of which are estimated to still be in service today. What's more, half of Lycoming's current production consists of factory rebuilt engines and overhauls, power plants that touch every corner of the general aviation world. In fact, to understand today's Lycoming engines, look no further than where it all started, our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Williamsport, PA, where the rich legacy of the past meets an award-winning manufacturer of the present. A manufacturer that powers over 65% of the world's general aviation and private aircraft that use piston and rotary-driven engines. A manufacturer that still builds and services each new, overhauled, or factory rebuilt engine by hand. You can't miss Lycoming's hands-on approach to manufacturing, because the ethic that has driven the company for over 85 years is written on the wall and even hanging from the ceiling. Everywhere you look, you see reminders of what drives Lycoming today. Each engine, whether new or rebuilt, travels the same efficient production line from station to station. The watchful eyes and experienced hands of Lycoming team members are evident throughout the manufacturing process. Each engine undergoes rigorous quality control testing and is factory tested beyond FAA requirements. In fact, Lycoming engines received worldwide acclaim in 2010 as the winner of the coveted Shingo Prize for Operational Excellence, which has been dubbed the Nobel Prize of the manufacturing world by Business Week. The Shingo Prize reflects a permanent mindset of relentless improvement that is the personal responsibility of each Lycoming team member. So much so, the guiding principles of the Shingo Prize are printed on the back of every associate badge. Shingo Prize award winners make it a habit to go above and beyond. That's an apt way to begin the ending of this story for today's Lycoming engines. Above and beyond, a rallying cry for the company's own line of pistons, fabricated on its own production line within the Lycoming factory. Above and beyond, the lifeblood of our Advanced Technology Center, where experimental and racing engines are manufactured for Lycoming's signature Thunderbolt product line. The very same engines that power the Red Bull Air Race World Championship planes. That's right. The world's most exciting racing series chose Lycoming engines to power their planes. So have some of the world's most advanced small aircraft manufacturers. Above and beyond is how we approach every aspect of engine manufacturing, distribution, and customer service. It is the core value that drives research, development, and testing for the innovative engines destined to power 21st century aircraft. And it is the single connective thread that unites past and present within our factory and our company by being the personal mission of each Lycoming employee. To go above and beyond in every aspect of what we do for our customers. In this sense, the more we've changed, the more we've stayed exactly the same. Because for all of Lycoming's advances throughout the years, our innovations and awards, our diversity of engine types, and amazement in how they've been used, what truly sets us apart is the simplest of things.
We build every engine.
Every engine.
Every engine.
Every engine.
And have always built.
And have always built.
Every engine. Every engine.
Every engine.
As if we.
As if we were going to fly it ourselves.
As if we were going to fly it ourselves.
As if we were going to fly it ourselves.
This is the emblem of a true American original, the signature imprint of an aviation pioneer. And it is our solemn, personal promise moving forward. We will forever do what is necessary so that you may soar above and beyond. Because somewhere in the world, right at this moment, a pilot is approaching an aircraft powered by a Lycoming engine.